Hey there, you frickin' nerds. Did I ever tell you about the time that I fractured my collarbone? Fun fact about the collarbone, it's a very painful bone to break. Or to fracture, for that matter. Fortunately, I just fractured it. That's an interesting little story, so that's what the episode is going to be about, I guess. Just thought of it about 10 seconds ago. So, when I was just a wee lad, little wee cinder, probably no more than 12 years of age, yet to be destroyed by the world around him, the wee cinder had a family. I still have a family. And we went to go see some, like, distant relatives who I never saw again after this. But we went over to their house, right? And my cousin was there, who I never get to see, who's like a fucking crazy person. He's just a wild ball. He'll just do the, like, craziest, dumbest shit. And my sister was also there, who just utterly who just utterly fucking delights in watching my pain. It's just who she is, you know? Just the type of person she is. Just enjoys watching me be hurt. As siblings are oft to do. I return the favor many a time. So, we go to this place, and they're getting, I think it was like Thanksgiving dinner, and so they were getting the food ready, and they were like, alright, you guys can go and play, but don't go into the treadmill room. And so, obviously, my cousin is immediately like, we should go into the treadmill room. And I say, why? There's nothing in the treadmill room except treadmills. And he was like, yeah, there's treadmills in the treadmill room. Have you ever been on a treadmill before? And at the time, the answer was no for me. So I said, no, I've never been on a treadmill before. And he was like, it's super cool and fun and awesome. And it's a great time. It's like a game. And I was like, but they told us not to go in the treadmill room. And he was like, shut up. And I was like, oh, okay. And so then we went into the treadmill room, because peer pressure, and on a wee 12-year-old child, and my sister was peer pressuring me as well. And so they're fucking around on the treadmill, turning it on, playing with it. You know, all the shit that they're not supposed to be doing. And I'm also there, just being my meek little self and not objecting to anything, even though I really should have. Because, you know, you're not going to stand up to your older sister and older cousin as a kid. You just don't do that. It's just not how that shit goes. You're just beneath them. Just as a person, you're just worth less. And worthless. So, they're fucking around, and they're like, alright, Cinder, get on the treadmill. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. And they're like, get on the fucking treadmill. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. And they're like, get on the fucking treadmill. And so I get on the fucking treadmill, as you do. And then my cousin, no, actually, this was my sister who did this, thought it would be a fun idea because it's one of those treadmills where you determine the speed. Like you set a speed, it's not like the ones that, like, adapt to your running speed. She decides that it's a good idea to turn the treadmill onto about 80 miles per hour with me on it. You know, wee little Cinder, 12 years old, not particularly athletic, a decent soccer player, but that's about it. And this goes about how you would expect. I tumble down, slam my collarbone on the treadmill, oof, ouch, owie, and then landing on the spinning part of the treadmill, am flung several feet, slamming onto the ground again, further damaging my collarbone, oof, ouch, owie, and then I cried a lot, and I got up and I hid, and I thought it would get better over time, just slowly, and then, you know, I'd come to Thanksgiving dinner, it would be fine. And so I sat and I cried for about an hour, and my sister told me that I was just being a wuss, and my cousin did not want any part of it. It's a smart move, honestly. And eventually they found me, and they took me to a doctor, and we got a cast, and everything was okay. Thank God it was my left arm, and I'm right-handed, so I was still able to participate in school and shit, and I didn't have to, like, relearn how to fucking write, which would have been absolute hell for me, as someone who, like, already, like, didn't want to try in school at any point ever. So it was good that it was my left arm at the very least. But to this day, my sister still thinks that my collarbone getting broken was entirely my own fault and she had no hand in it. personally, I don't know how you come to that conclusion based on that, but that's how she feels. So that's my story of how the only time that I have ever broken or fractured a bone. I mean, I guess I like really fucked up my middle finger once, but that's a whole other story that we don't have time for. If you like this video, be sure to like and subscribe. Put my videos in a playlist and just leave it on in the background to feed me watch time, because my average view duration is really low and I would like that statistic to be higher. See you in the next video, you frickin' nerd!